What if I told you that staying awake all night can affect your brain, hormones, immune system, heart, and even the way you eat? You might think, it's just one night, I'll catch up on sleep tomorrow. But while you're awake, your body isn't simply getting tired. Your entire body is being pushed out of balance. So, what actually happens when you don't sleep? Let's start with the organ that needs sleep more than you might think. Your brain doesn't simply turn off when you sleep. In fact, sleep is one of the times when your brain performs essential maintenance. During sleep, your brain processes information, strengthens certain memories, and helps regulate emotions. But when you don't get enough sleep, these processes are disrupted. That's why after a sleepless night, you might have trouble concentrating, making decisions, or remembering simple things. And there's something even more interesting. Sleep helps your brain clear away waste products that accumulate during the day. So imagine trying to work with a computer that hasn't been properly maintained for days. Eventually, things start slowing down. Your reaction time can slow down, your attention becomes less stable, and you may make mistakes you normally wouldn't make. And if you're studying for an exam, here's something important. Sleeping isn't wasted study time. Your brain needs sleep to help consolidate memories. Think of your day as downloading information into your brain. Sleep helps organize and store some of that information. Without enough sleep, learning and remembering can become more difficult. So staying awake all night to study might actually work against you. You may spend more hours studying, but remember less. But your brain isn't the only thing affected. Sleep also influences hormones that regulate appetite and metabolism. When you're sleep-deprived, the signals controlling hunger and fullness can become disrupted. And suddenly, that late-night pizza looks a lot more tempting. You may crave energy-dense foods and find it harder to resist them. At the same time, insufficient sleep can affect how your body regulates blood sugar and responds to insulin. So poor sleep isn't just about feeling sleepy. Over time, repeatedly getting too little sleep can contribute to metabolic problems. Now let's talk about your immune system. Every day, your body is defending you against viruses, bacteria, and other threats. And sleep plays an important role in supporting normal immune function. When you consistently don't get enough sleep, some aspects of your immune response can be negatively affected. That's why sleep isn't just about energy. It's also part of your body's recovery and defense system. So if you've been sleeping badly for several nights, your body isn't just asking for a nap. It's asking for recovery. And here's where things become even more important. Sleep is closely connected to cardiovascular health. During normal sleep, your heart rate and blood pressure generally decrease. If you regularly don't get enough sleep, this normal recovery period can be disrupted. Over the long term, chronic insufficient sleep is associated with a higher risk of problems such as high blood pressure and cardiovascular disease. One bad night doesn't mean your heart is suddenly in danger. The bigger concern is when insufficient sleep becomes a habit. So what happens if you stay awake for an entire night? You may experience extreme sleepiness, poor concentration, slower reaction times, mood changes, difficulty remembering information, and sometimes brief episodes called microsleeps, where your brain briefly enters sleep for a few seconds, sometimes without you realizing it. And that's especially dangerous behind the wheel. Feeling awake doesn't always mean your brain is functioning at its best. The important thing is this: sleep isn't a luxury, it's a biological necessity. Your brain uses it to process and recover. Your body uses it to regulate important systems. And your immune, metabolic, and cardiovascular systems all depend on healthy sleep patterns. So the next time you think, I'll sleep when I'm done, remember, sleep isn't time you're losing. It's time your body is using to repair, regulate, and recover. How many hours did you sleep last night? Tell me in the comments. And if you learned something new, like this video and subscribe for more medical facts explained simply.